So you said yes to 2 different people and overcommitted yourself to doing 2 things at the same time in different places when you actually can't be in 2 different places at once, but you just felt so guilty saying no. You had to overcommit. Yikes. If you are a yes man because you feel guilty saying no to people and feel like you should be able to do it all, check this out. Welcome to Create Your Fate, where we retrain old self-limiting beliefs into a positive mindset. If you don't know me, I'm life coach Meg Ellis, here to guide you to stop thinking about what you don't want and instead focus on what you do want so you can actually create the life that you want. So today we're going to untrain your mind from feeling guilty about saying no so you can stop overcommitting and people-pleasing. Sounds good, right? Yes, so let's talk about it. Why do you fear saying no? What's so bad about it? Why is saying no so scary? Likely, it stems from an urge to avoid conflicts or confrontation. You don't want to upset people or make them mad. Maybe you don't want to disappoint others or hurt their feelings, so you avoid saying no. And I will say this loud and proud. You create the exact opposite of what you are trying to achieve when you avoid it. So, let's use this example of trying to commit to 2 people at once. Say your boss wants you to work overtime, get something done on the same night your significant other asks you to attend an event with them. The problem is you say yes to both of them. I want to avoid upsetting someone by telling them that I cannot do something and I can achieve peace if I don't upset them. The goal is peace. By avoiding saying no, I say yes, and I have overcommitted to both of them. I cannot be in 2 places at once, and I only have so much time. So now I'm going to the dinner, I'm stressed about the work that I've committed to doing, and I'm not my best self for my partner. So I come home, I stay up all night, and at the same time, I'm likely getting angry at my boss for asking me to do this work, and at my significant other too for asking me to go to this dinner. And by the next day, I am sleep deprived, and I'm angry at both people. That doesn't sound like peace. You create the exact opposite of what you are trying to achieve when you avoid it. And here's the kicker. Nobody else knows about this. Nobody. If you say yes when you really want to say no, nobody else knows that. If you say yes when you've already said yes to something else, nobody else knows that. If you say yes automatically and then want to change your mind when you find out what you've actually agreed to, but don't say anything, nobody else knows that. So there's a lot of mind reading that happens here, and you overcommit, you can't handle it, and you end up upset and maybe even resenting the exact people who you wanted to help in the first place. And you're filled with resentment because you were trying to avoid the guilt, and you overextend yourself so much to avoid guilt, you end up with massive amounts of resentment, and you realize you can't do this, and you say, screw this, and you get mad at somebody, and then you end up feeling guilty about it anyway. So it's this loop, and you feel like it's all on you, that you're responsible for the emotions of all the people who are involved. Like, that is a lot. So here's a mantra. Other people's emotional reactions are not my responsibility. Notice when you are making assumptions into how somebody else is feeling. Do you know for certain that they will not figure it out if you don't step in? Do you know with certainty that nobody else can volunteer? Note the mind reads that you do on this daily basis, and this could save you a lot of time and energy. When you feel guilty because you wanted to help, but were physically not able to, know that that does not make you a bad person to not be able to do it all. The pure fact that you want to help in the first place, that makes you a good person, period. Yes, it is nice to be needed, but just because you can't help somebody this time and they have to use somebody else does not mean that you will not be needed in the future. And when it comes to people needing you, here's another mantra. I need me too, which translates to I choose me too. I choose me too. You are allowed to choose yourself, and choose yourself proudly. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for sticking around. Be sure to subscribe if you want more content like this. Tell me what your biggest takeaway is in the comments. And if you want more on saying no and boundaries, I have a whole series coming up. So check that out in the next couple weeks. And actually, the whole podcast is streamed on all audio platforms. So the link is in the show notes. Check that out if you want to. And of course, I'm going to leave you with one final thing. Expect good things always, and they will happen.